Welcome to the Glazov Gang. Tonight, a very special guest, Michael Loftus, the host of the Flipside with Michael Loftus.
That was awesome. That was like the news, dude. That was really great. Tonight on the Glazov Game. I'm calling it the game, people. It's the Glazov Game. Hi, I'm Michael Loftus.
Excellent,
hey, thanks for having me on the show, man.
Fantastic.
That was hardcore. I was waiting to hear something bad after that. You were all like, the Glazov Gang. Like, the Hindenburg has crashed. How's it going?
Excellent.
I'm being really loud. I have a microphone. I don't know why I'm screaming.
Michael, introduce yourself to our audience members who might not know about the Flipside.
Okay, America, I'm talking to you. I'm Michael Loftus. I host this crazy little show called The Flipside with Michael Loftus, which is an awesome fit because that's my name. And it's like a conservative comedy show. That's really what we're doing. We're looking at
conservative Jon Stewart, but better.
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah.
Everybody, whenever I do interviews, I do press, they're like, so you're like the conservative Jon Stewart. I'm like, well, I think I'm more me, really.
And funnier.
But I don't know. I don't know about funnier.
Smarter.
Probably smarter. More charming.
You're charming.
Better looking.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Oh.
But we look at the news,
Okay.
and we do a show every week, and it's out there, and it's in syndication, and it's just, it's funny. And we're poking back at the powers that be, which is the left.
And I want to get to that. Now, before we get to that, a little bit of your background. Veteran stand-up comedian.
Yep.
You write for Charlie Sheen's show. Tell us a bit about you and your background.
A little bit of boot. I'm hearing a little bit of a Canadian accent there.
You want to go to Tim Hortons, eh?
Sure do, eh? Tim Hortons, donuts and coffee. Let's go to Toronto. Yeah, I started out, I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, the heartland. Started doing stand-up comedy, toured around, had a lot of success, and I thought I should either go to New York or LA. And I love the weather in LA better, so I came out here, kicked around, did shows, wrote on the George Lopez show, the sitcom.
The Smoking Gun Presents?
The Smoking Gun Presents, World's Dumbest on True TV. I did that. I had a little show on the History Channel for a while.
Anger Management with Charlie Sheen.
Anger Management with Charlie Sheen, The Hits, and now The Flipside with me.
Okay, so Michael, comedy. Somehow it's always the left. You know, you see the conservatives and Republicans always being mocked. I think that to be funny in some ways, people feel that they're being subversive. That comedy is subversive, and somewhere you're making fun of the establishment, which is conservatives. Yeah. What I'm getting to here is that that's no longer the case.
No.
The left controls the boundaries of our discourse. The left is in power. Where are the jokes about Obama, about Islam, about gender apartheid in, under Islam, in terms of like making fun of the burqa or something like that? I'm saying it's hard to find.
You can't.
And you're trying this now. Tell us about, I guess my question is, the trials and tribulations of trying to be a comedian and a conservative.
Well, you have to, it is a fine line that you have to dance, but definitely there is this, it's like mass hysteria that the conservatives are in charge. There is this, and it's easy to make fun of because it's usually some white guy in a suit going, I think the problem with the world today, and so, yeah, that guy's gonna get made fun of. I don't care who it is, but when you go after, let's say you go after Nancy Pelosi, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I always do a Katharine Hepburn when I do Nancy Pelosi. You know, we have to read the bill to find out what's in it. I just want all your money, and I suck the life force out of babies to survive. But it's like, oh, he's making fun of women. He's making fun of old people. He's making fun of people with shaky heads.
But you can make fun of Sarah Palin.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, yes, and
right.
God help you if you don't make fun of Sarah Palin.
Right,
I went on NPR and defended Sarah Palin, and they looked at me like I was just going to the bathroom.
So
in
there
the
are
studio.
these double standards in our culture somewhere where you make fun of Hillary Clinton, you're being a misogynist.
I like when you say it, you're ready to do kung fu. There are all these double standards. It's like you're ready for an attack. But there are these double standards,
right.
and they require kung fu.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more about this challenge for you and how you're living up to it.
Well, first and foremost, on the flip side, the first rule of thumb is just keep it funny. Funny, funny, funny is always going to win the day. In a perfect world, when people watch my show, they just laugh. I want to make conservatives laugh. I want to make Democrats laugh, independents, everybody. That's the perfect recipe for comedy, where people go, oh my gosh, I have to laugh at that because it's true. And every day there's more and more comedy just put out there. And especially now with the Charlie Hebdo thing.
Right.
That is, I was on stage last Saturday night at the Ice House in Pasadena, the world famous Ice House. And I'm like, the world's going crazy, people. You know, politically it's going crazy. Everything's, you know, and as a comic, you think you can make fun of anything. And this guy, like 5 rows back, said, don't make fun of Allah. Don't make fun of Allah. And I'm like, that's the problem right there. Because like in my brain, I had to go through like 3, you know, like, okay, is this guy a Muslim? Is he a Muslim extreme? And then I'm joking around like, well, can I? Or are you gonna like tick, 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 boom? You know, I just want to know if he was going to blow up the stage. And he was cool. And it's like, everything else is, there's no waiting period. You know, so you see a guy who's that, boom, you make fun. You see a guy, boom. But with Islamic extremists, you really have to like, okay, 2, 3, 4, is this joke worth dying for?
Right.
And that's crazy that that's just the reality.
Yeah.
You have to really think about it.
And the left supports that reality. But look, every time I watch a movie, they're making fun of Christians, or they're poking fun at Jews, or Mormons, et cetera, et cetera. And you just don't see any criticism of Islam at all. There's a commercial out there of a Jewish person with a yarmulke on, or it's not a Jewish person actually, and a lady goes to him, oh, I didn't know you were Jewish, but he's hiding his bald spot.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm wondering, imagine if they made the same joke with a Muslim on that show, but and he was wearing Islamic head covering. They just wouldn't do something like that.
You can't do it. You can't do it. And I've been down this path on a couple of different TV shows that I was a writer on. Somebody says, oh, let's make this joke, you know, and then a guy I was working with says, well, could we make that same joke about, you know, Muhammad? This is like in 2002, 2003. And they're like, no, just forget it. We just won't do that joke. We just won't do that joke.
Well, you have a lot of funny jokes, and I love watching
and
your
I
show.
should do some now.
Well, I loved you.
You're a very funny guy. Go ahead.
I loved your routine on the global warming fear industry.
Yeah.
Just a couple, 1 minute on that, because that was a great routine.
Well, that whole thing was just follow the money, you know, and wait for the real science. They're like, all the scientists say global warming's real. All of them say, and I'm like, well, there was a time when all the scientists said the world is flat, you know, but we didn't believe them, and we kept going. And if somebody gave me a couple of billions of dollars, like they give these scientists billions of dollars to prove something. If someone gave me billions of dollars, I could prove whatever you want. You know, that dolphins love to skateboard. I could totally prove that. So, and that was a part of that.
And
joke.
also Al Gore is living down here instead of up there.
Yeah,
but the oceans
Al Gore, who's like Mr. Global Warming, Mr. The sky is falling, the ocean levels are rising,
right.
And he has a house right on the beach. You know,
right.
He's like, well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till the ocean rises up that front step, and then I'm gonna put it on the market.
That's
yeah.
excellent.
I could do Al Gore for the rest of the show.
Your Al Gore imitation
It's eerie,
yeah.
right? It's almost, it's a deep-voiced Forrest Gump. Jenny, I love it. It's just Forrest Gump with a little bit of a lisp.
What do you think of the time Al Gore kissed his wife on stage during the campaign?
That was red hot. That was smoking hot. That was so gross.
Yeah, why did they?
I don't know.
If
and
you
why
were
did more people make fun of that?
If you were the campaign manager, would you have advised him to do that, or
if
not?
I was the campaign, I would have shot him with a BB gun. I would have pumped it up to 10 and go,
why
don't
did
you
he
ever
do that? Why
again.
did he do that?
To prove he was virile. That's exactly, because Al Gore talks like this and wears sensible slacks wherever he goes and sweaters. And somebody probably looked at his stats and go, Al, we've done some testing, and the dudes don't think you're manly enough. And he's like, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go give Tipper a big old tongue kiss the next time. And people all grossed out when he did it. It's always sad. We did another rant about like Republicans be cool, right? I can't stand it. Just be yourself. Like Al Gore's not a ladies' man. He's just not, and if he is, he's hiding it really well.
Not like you.
So
right?
no,
Yeah.
he's not a player like me. like me on the Glazov game.
And we're going to talk about that. We're going to get to that because Michael has...
Are we taking a commercial break?
Yeah, Michael,
you act like we're taking a commercial break.
Michael has advised that we change the name to the Glazov game.
The Glazov game.
But I want to get to your OJ routine because that was just hilarious. Give us a couple minutes on that.
Oh, I can't even remember
When
what
he converted
I said.
he converted to Islam in jail, but you started off saying, did he just wake up one day and his life was going great?
Oh,
and
yeah. Like did OJ wake up one morning and he's like, I don't know if people could hate me anymore. How else could I disappoint and make people not like me? Ooh, I could join Islam. And then it was this horrible thing where like he's gonna fit right in because they're like, how are you at stabbing? And he's like, I practically beheaded my wife. I could do it right now. And then,
okay,
and then
I'm sorry for laughing.
I know. Yeah. And it turns out all you has to do is say, oh, she was an infidel. And they're like, yay, you're already in. Give him 5 gold points.
So do you get in trouble for making jokes like this?
I guess. I haven't yet. I mean,
What was the reaction to that OJ routine?
Everybody seemed to be cool with it.
Really?
It's really, really strange.
Okay.
Everyone, because OJ's a crazy person.
No, but you made fun of Islam as well.
Well, yeah, but really it's making fun of OJ. There's a little making fun of Islam there. It's like, it's wild that it's like, it's in the Quran, kill the infidel. You know, I don't know of any other book that has that in there. Right? You can go through the Bible and the Torah and all these other books, and nowhere does it say it's on page 35, oh yeah, start killing people.
Terrible.
That's just, that's...
And our culture's in denial about it.
Yeah.
Michael.
Complete denial.
Michael, you mentioned that Mike Tyson had also converted to Islam.
I guess so.
But your imitation of Mike Tyson is better than the imitation of Nancy Pelosi.
Mike Tyson like a mule kick. I'll punch you like a mule kick. Fighting for Islam. Here's what you want to do. You want to get your prayer rug out and get a big tattoo on your face, a big tribal. I say all this because Mike Tyson is nowhere near this building, right? If Mike Tyson was here, I would be like, hey, Mike, what's going on? I didn't tell him. Jamie was doing it.
Yeah, great champion. One of the greatest.
Unbelievable.
Tyson in his prime, Ali in his prime.
Mike Tyson.
Really?
Freight train.
Okay.
Freight train. When Mike Tyson was 18 years old, everybody forgets this. He had 2 freight trains on the end. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
He had 2 freight trains on the end of each arm, and nobody hit him. His head, I'd never seen anything like it.
Who's going to win, Pacquiao or Mayweather on May 2nd if they fight?
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Wow, you heard it here. You heard it
Merriweather's
here.
eyeball's just going to pop out on TV. It's just, I don't know what's going to happen.
No, don't say that. That's
Why, you got money on Merriweather?
No, it's just not nice.
Are you playing a different kind of Glazov game?
Okay,
a
now.
Game of high stakes.
Okay, explain to the audience why you think it should be the Glazov game instead of the Glazov gang.
I don't. I just made a mistake and I called it the Glazov game. The Glazov gang is a much cooler name. Because everybody can be a member of the gang. Like, what's your Twitter? What's your Twitter? Where can people find you?
At Jamie Glazov.
At Glammy Jack.
At Jamie Glazov.
At Jamie Glazov.
Yeah, but you
and then they should be a member of the Glazov gang. They're
Okay,
an
but-
automatic.
so
they could
you-
have code names and you could have a whole
Okay,
fort.
but you thought the name of my show was the Glazov game?
That should be the name of your book. Who's
Okay,
playing the
but-
Glazov game? Jamie is,
But
and he's
what
winning.
should we do at Christmas time? You said.
Christmas
Keep
time?
it the Glazov gang, but at Christmas time?
You could have a board game.
Okay,
It'd
let's
be
hear it.
the Jamie Glazov game board game, where one piece is the conservative and every other piece is a liberal, and they get to hit community chest as much as they want, and the dice are loaded, and they
Okay.
all make fun of you, and you just go 1 point.
What
at a
if
time.
someone commits blasphemy against Islam?
They go to jail if they're lucky, and then they have Navy SEALs that try to come. If you roll double sixes, Navy SEAls come and save
Okay,
your life.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Michael is very intelligent. He's also very funny, but his greatest talent is singing. And I want, okay?
Because I can't get that one song out of my
Yeah,
head.
but can you please just do your best effort, 30 seconds for the audience?
Oh, the only song I can think of is that I want to be like Kanye.
Okay, let's hear.
song.
Okay, let's hear.
I want to be like Kanye. I don't know why.
Excellent, excellent. No, what couple little.
I
more.
don't know any more of the words. It's like a dance song.
Okay, but you
What
should
else
think
could I
about
s-
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm
should
gonna
think-
start singing?
Okay.
I'm serious. I do a show in Vegas. Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond has a comedy club.
Okay.
I go out there and I work for him. And I think I'm gonna start closing my show with Dunkashane.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Dunkashane, darling, Dunkashane, and like be a beatbox come in. Wicka, wicka, wicka. I don't know.
You know what? Could you think of a...
for all the joy and pain I recall. I could do it. I could rock
You know
this
what?
bitch.
Could you...
I would knock down.
Could you make a theme song for the Glazov game?
Yes, I could. The Glazov game, the Glazov game. Come on down, play the Glazov game. You rolled sixes, here come the Navy SEALs.
Okay, Michael Loftus, I got my hands full.
You do?
With the time we have left, from funny jokes to seriousness, what is one of the most serious issues of our time right now?
To me, there is only one issue. Actually, there's two issues. Issue number one is radical Islam. That is just no joke about that. They're out to change the world.
And Obama's on this to protect us, right?
And that is issue number two. We need a president who is living in reality. Like if you watch the State of the Union address, like I did last night, it didn't seem to be based in reality. He opens it up with, the shadow is past. What? The shadow has passed.
He doesn't even mention Islam.
It never says Al-Qaeda, never mentions Islam, and hey, that's gotta be priority one. The economy, I'm a firm believer in Americans and small businesses and all that. The American economy is idiot-proof. If you just don't do anything, really smart people around the country will get their businesses going and they'll hire people. Just don't worry. The only thing we should be worried about right now is radical Islam. That's it.
And Michael, the most important thing is that the Dish Network, AT&T Uverse, and Time Warner carry what show?
The Flipside with Michael Loftus. Woo, for a second there, I'm like, what are we talking about?
Okay, tell our viewers where they can watch you if they're not watching already.
Here's where we want to watch, viewers. Your best bet, it is a little bit of a treasure hunt. You go to theflipsideshow.com, theflipsideshow.com, and there's a channel finder. Let's say you live in Florida, and you would be like, oh, I click on Florida, and there's a list of television stations that have it. So that's your best bet. And also, there's a network called FETV. I think it's like Family Entertainment Television. It's on AT&T Uverse. It's on Dish TV. We're on there. They show us on Friday and on Saturday. The show's so nice, you gotta watch it twice.
In terms of everything you have done, is your appearance on the Glazov gang the peak of your career so far?
Absolutely. You know what? My life, until this point, I look back, and you know when you're on a roller coaster and you're going up that hill, click, 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 click?
Yeah.
Right now I'm like, oh. I'm at that moment. Meow, it's gonna be all that. And there's gonna be some loop-de-loos, and maybe I'll poop my pants. But then I'll be back. I'm coming back on the Glazov game. I will be back.
Michael Loftus, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
Wish you
for having
all
me.
the best on your show. You're a great
Thanks,
guy.
and you too. I want to come to the Christmas party and play the Glazov game.
The Glazov
party.
game. And
Yeah.
we'll see you next week.
I want to be the race car.
We'll see you next week on the Glazov game. Good night.